The victims of what the United Nations mission in South Sudan is calling an ethnic massacre. Rebels overran Bentiu, the capital of oil-producing Unity State, last Tuesday. The UN says hundreds were killed in the fighting between the Sudan People's Liberation Army and anti-government forces. It also claims the rebels slaughtered at least 200 civilians, accusations they deny. Those who survived bear the scars of their ordeal. Those who didn't lay strewn across the streets.
During the past few days, Bentiu was the scene of severe violence, very targeted, deliberate violence that struck individuals of certain identities. And I think that what I've so far seen in the mosque and in other parts of town has really been very, very heart-wrenching. Certainly atrocities have been committed here on a very significant scale.
According to UNMISS, anti-government forces entered the mosque, separated individuals of certain nationalities and ethnic groups, and escorted them to safety, while the others were killed.
The UN mission in South Sudan strongly condemns the killing of civilians in Bentiu, Unity State, last week. Those killings were done on the basis of ethnic affiliation and nationalities.
The UN's now struggling to shelter some 22,000 people at its Bentiu base.
We have, if I'm not mistaken, about 500 peacekeepers in Bentiu. They are doing their utmost to protect the civilians that have sought shelter in the UN base. But it is always good to remind the government of South Sudan of their primary responsibility in protecting UN premises and in ensuring the protection of their own civilians, as well as the opposition who have, all the armed forces have a responsibility to avoid civilian casualties.
The fighting has exacerbated ethnic tensions between President Salva Kiir's Dinka people and rebel leader Riek Machar's Nuer. On Thursday, Dinka residents of Bor town in Jonglei State attacked a UN base where about 5,000 mostly Nuer people were sheltering. The mob of armed civilians pretended to be peaceful protesters delivering a petition to the UN before reportedly opening fire. Around 58 people were killed and nearly 100 injured. The violence, which erupted in December, has so far displaced around 1 million people. It's also disrupted oil production, which accounts for nearly all the government's revenue. Clementine Logan, CCTV.